G'day everybody, Nick here, Queensland Rural. Just going to give you a rundown on today's Charter Steer sale. Look, agent charted 3,700 head today. 2,000 of those were prime cattle. So we haven't seen 2,000 prime cattle in Charter Steers for a while, but we had 1,600 store cattle. Look, the fat job, I would say, could have been 8 to 12 cents dearer on all categories. We certainly did have a good run of bullocks in there today that were finished, well covered. The cows were still fresh, haven't had a frost yet, but there was a couple of pens of slippery cows, and they're still selling well. Look, the bullocks, they topped out at 306 cents, but majority of your bullocks, you'd kick them all day at $2.95 to $3. So I'd say the average on that bullock run was around $2.95, and certainly all the processors are having a dig into the bullocks, plenty of weight, so they held good. Prime heifers also. Heifers again this week were good. We had heifers in there that were 500 kilos, 550 kilos. They're still selling anywhere from $2.60 to $2.80. So nothing wrong with that prime heifer job. Plenty of condition. Look, the cows. I think we had 1,300 cows all up today. Them cows, you'll read the market report and you'll see it's topped at 278. But they were exceptional cows. They were about 680 kilos, so plenty of punch. But your main run of cows that were 550 kilos, they were bang around $2.50 to $2.55. So I reckon we've probably seen 10 better on last week on those cows. So they certainly were in demand by the processors. And you come back off to your cows that were around 480 kilos. They were more around your $2.40, $2.30 mark. So that's still an increase on the last couple of weeks. Bull job still unchanged. A bit of action there. A couple of processors, a couple of exporters still going on the bulls. So they're around your $2.60 to $2.70 mark. So they held good. The store job. Look, we had 1,600 stores. I think there was about 400 of them are heifers, the remainder are steers. Plenty of weight on the steer proportion today in the yards. A lot of steers in there that were around 260 to 330 kgs that were a good Brahman steer or a good Crossy steer. So it wasn't many weaners, but the weaners did top out at 366 cents. Crossbred again, averaging around $3.13. You had a Brahman weaner that was good. You're more around $2.90 to $3.20. Your steers that were 260 to 360 kilos. Crossbreds, you're looking at $3.20, and your Brahman steers, you could have been anywhere from $2.85 to $2.95, the odd pen at $3, but certainly had plenty of Brahman content and were good steers. So we probably saw that store job come back about 10 cents on the previous weeks. Heifer job, look, the heifer job held pretty firm. It was good. It was around $2.40 to $2.50 average on your lightweight weaners up into your 340 kilo heifers, 350 kilo heifers. So that was a bit more of action on that heifer job today, which we haven't seen in the last few weeks. So that was good. Cows and calves, there wasn't many cows and calves. I think top pen of cows and calves was $800, but it was 6x6 and 1x1. So look, we are having two sales next week. We've got a prime sale on Wednesday, and we have a special store sale booked on Friday. So if you do have a few cattle, give us a ring. You can still get a couple in. We do have about 2,000 for Wednesday and 3,500 for Friday. So if you've got a couple, get in quick, and we'll see you all next week.